Alrighty. Good. I think it's Thursday morning. It's like somewhere around the 28th or 29th of May 2026. I'm taking a few days off of social media, Lord. Lord have mercy, the craziness that is on social media. You know, it used to be where you could just be social. You could just share your family. You could share some funny memes or however you say that. You know, you could share an opinion here and there. Although that part, I don't know that I would these days, but I'd stay away from politics for darn sure. But nowadays it's been turned into a weaponized tool to demean, devalue, try to put people in to living in fear and stuff like that. And it's just not fun anymore, is the way that I would say it. But anyway, so what am I doing today? All right, so I am sewing. Okay, so there's a lady, I don't know if she's young or not, that fell and broke her hip, the ball of her hip off. Like off. She broke the ball off when she fell. I cannot even fathom. I hate that she's having to go through that, but she's on our prayer list and we certainly are praying. Well, anyway, this is the quilt. It is a patchwork quilt through and through, right? So there are both pinwheels and there are hourglasses on this, okay? There are 3 strips and none of them are the same. I've got to trim them up. There are 3 strips, you know, and I've done them patchwork style. Actually, there are 2 blocks that are the same. They are the blue pinwheel. But I had to have that block, and I didn't want to have to make another pinwheel because I needed what I have in fabric left for the border. So if I made another pinwheel, I would lack in border. So I thought, well, what's 2, you know? All right, so that is going to have, it already has the short sashing in between the blocks. Then I'm going to put sashing longwise in between the columns. And then actually, I was originally going to do white. Yes, I'm going to do a white border around that to kind of like frame it in. And then around that is going to be patchwork half blocks. So that is what I'm working on right now. And so I'm working on the up and down column. The right hand side column, I guess, is what you, technically I could use this on the left or the right, but that's what I'm working on today. And when I say working on it, the half blocks are already done. Well, I don't want to have to keep up with all these half blocks. So the best thing for me to do is to attach them together so I'm not trying to find them when I need them. And they'll already be chained together. And then that means as soon as I have the rest of the white cut, which will be middle of next Wednesday, I will have the white cut. So in waiting for that, I'm going to go ahead and do the work here of chaining all of the left and right and the top and the bottom of the patchwork half blocks that will then become the border, outside border around the white. And of course, all of this will be trimmed up and such. But I've already got them in order. Do I want to keep doing? No, I kind of wanted to break it up, to be quite honest. I wanted to, let's see. If I do it like that, then all the florals are on the right. But I didn't want that to always be the case, because then it's too consistent. I think it takes away from being a patchwork. I think the more that it's not, I don't know, I may think otherwise after I do this. Yeah, I'm just going to be really just however with it, you know. I don't want to, I want it to look legit patchwork around the border. I want it to be visually interesting because, one, it'll hide more of the whoopsie daisies. And yeah, and it just screams patchwork if it's patchy, right? And it's just mishmashed. I think that's another word for patchwork. We're kind of in a transition season here personally, and I know some things that are up and coming, but there are decisions that are being discussed, and, you know, dreams that we have that we're praying about and asking God to not just be a part of it, but to take over, and just, we want him to be in complete control of all of it, right? And so I wanted to take a few days off of social media, which is how I stay connected to a lot of people, and how I'm able to communicate with, you know, my friends that I don't get to see in person. And I also am trying to take pictures and video along the way on these projects, because I can't just sit and sew as much as I would like it. I've got about an hour a day that I can sit here and sew, because I'm working on so many different projects, because, one, I have to have change. Okay, I can't do the same thing repetitively forever and a day and never have a change. I have to have change. And number one, I don't get bored because I'm seeing other colors coming across my machine. Let's see, that's too light. Let's put that there. And I like to also check in with the different people that know that they're getting a quilt and that I'm working on it. A lot of the, well, I say a lot of the people, I mean, I'm not a business or anything. I mean, not in this season. I do this, you know, to love other people outside of myself while I suffer. It does keep me very hopeful, although my hope is in Jesus. But Jesus has given me this blessing to help with the heaviness It helps with physical therapy for my hands and my fingers to try to maintain and keep as much dexterity as I can with having full body neuropathy. I have 2 different types of the 3. And although it's like, oh, well, it looks like you're fine. Well, yeah, maybe. However, be on this side of it, and it sure doesn't feel fine. It is a life of suffering, but nobody has suffered more than Jesus has. And I draw great strength from that Jesus knows what suffering is and what it was like. And, you know, he endured it for me. And I just draw so much strength from that, you know, and joy and hope. Because, you know, the Lord is the joy, is my joy. The joy of the Lord is my strength. That's where I get my strength from, is the Lord. And I'm so thankful that he lends me his strength. Because in my own strength, this is not possible. And I know to someone who doesn't know the Lord, it sounds absolutely crazy. But I'm just telling you, it is what it is. If I get up and I try to operate on my own, this does not happen because it can't. I don't have my own motivation. My motivation, I'm not lazy. It's just when your sensory nerves do not send the signals to the different areas of your body correctly, then your muscles are telling your brain that you can't. And it doesn't send that signal back down that says, yes, you can move, you know, go. You can do the whatever it is that is in front of you. And that has been very difficult because no matter how hard I tried, you can't force a sensory nerve to send a signal. And when I say all of my sensory nerves are jacked up, I'm talking even the ones that are supposed to tell your everything inside and out to function. And it is quite the experience. Very quite the experience. I will tell you that if you've got any type of neuropathy, even though it was not diabetic induced, because I'm not diabetic, even though I'm overweight for now, I'm about to start hitting fat burn with all the protein intake I'm taking. But what was it? Where was I at? It was not diabetic induced at all. So that is the one thing, thank God, that does not run in my family. Diabetes does not run in my family. So I'm not predisposed to that genetically, thank God. But I used to be 400 and some odd pounds, and it was like 441, and I'm guessing because, you know, that was in, after I had my daughter, I blew up to 400 and some pounds. I mean, it just racked on. Then I lost 150 pounds, then I lost even more during emergency back surgery, and I got all the way down to like 160 something. I may even have got down to 158. I cannot remember, but it's somewhere between 158 and 164. I am not 300 pounds, thank God. I was topping 300 again, and then I just said, no. And so everything has been coming back down as I have fought hard to not gain any more than I have from not being able to be mobile. And, but to get my body back in fat burn mode, because I can't do it physically, that I am doing it with ratios, with protein ratios, and my vibration plate. And I have learned that the human body cannot carry everybody else's stress in life, and nor will I ever again. I have learned that I can step away and say, no, I do not feel led to do this. And I know for sure what the voice of God sounds like. And I can tell you, if you're going to try to rush me, or you're going to try to bully me, or you're going to try to demean me, or you're going to try to devalue me, I'm going to know immediately that you are not for me, and I'm going to just say, have a nice day, and back away and move on, because ain't nobody got time to be sitting and letting the devil dance in their on their front door. Just, I don't have the time. So you can just take that, how you want it, but don't come over here tripping in my happy home and around my family and think that I'm not going to say something, because I will say something. I will call out the liar and say, not today, Satan, not today. And I'm never, ever going to let someone do to me what was done to me again. And anyway, so that is what it is, I thought just staying quiet and it, and it would go, they would go away. But that's obviously not how they're going to operate. So I'm just going to say, may the Lord treat you with blessings instead of what you deserve. That's what I can do for you, is ask God to go easy on you and don't give you what you deserve. So, having said all of that, there's no bitterness. I'm not living in bitterness. It did take me a while for my body to start calming the heck down. And I'm not going to allow it to be mistreated anymore. And you can just bank on that, So okay, so here is my first patchwork border for this person who has broken the ball off their hip. Now, a twin size is 70 by 92. And so I have my little handy dandy tape measure here. And originally I was going for 70, but if I can get 92 out of this, it'd be great. And I can, I'll just have to add to it. So there is, hold on. That's all the way at the end. So here's 12, right? So here's 12 right there. I want to tape measure. All right, so then we're going to go up. Hang on. This is 12 right here, right at the middle of that green flower. 12. So 12, there's 20 right there. 20. Oh, daggone it. There's 20. Here's 12 right here. 20. That's 32. Okay, so there's 32. And 32 plus 12 is 46. 46 plus 7 is 52. So I don't quite have what I need to go all the way around yet. So I'm getting more fabric to continue on, but I will undo this video, I think. Well, hang on, let me kind of set it up. And it'll kind of give the idea of what it'll kind of start shaping up as. I've got the video on. Okay. It's not pointed toward the kitchen.
Okay, I was gonna talk to you about my Bible study.
Oh, great, just a minute.
Yeah.
I just want to get this.
Yeah, no worries.
I can't wait to hear it. That actually makes my day in a way you have no idea.
I'm glad to hear that.
There's that. Of course, I've got all of this, all of these little pieces of fabric on the floor. All right, and then this one goes in the middle, but there will be white in between it. So it'll be wider. Let me just put a little piece in between here. Yeah. So there'll be white in between that right there. And then there will be a piece of white on the outside of this. And then there will be, then there will be this patchwork border. So I've about got it, just a moment, honey. And then I'll stop the video from rolling after I time. Thank you. It sounds like it was good. Did you get your boiled egg?
Oh no, it's a banana.
Okay, I have boiled eggs right next to this.
Thank you. I'll get some later.
Okay. Just, yeah. All right, well anyway, that's the idea of, I'm trying not to fall flat on my face. Okay. So there's the idea. And so, excuse the mess. All right, yeah, here it is. Okay, so if you can see, the quilt itself will have white here going up in between each one of those columns. And then there will be a white border that goes all the way around the bottom, and it kind of frames it. And then what you just watched me sew is the patchwork border here, the patchwork border, and it will go all the way around on the outside. So that's what it's gonna look like. Thanks for joining me in the progress.